Baby, you never know.
This is Cedarwood Luxury Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
Hello, everybody. This is Vivian Imaklo, the ED, P1 Perfection Business Investments Limited, and you're listening to Cedarwood Luxury Radio. Keep it locked. God bless you.
Hello viewers, I am Ambassador Dr. Julius Oyedemi, your most astounding CEO 2023 P1 Group. The best radio to listen to is no other than Cedarwood Luxury Radio. Thank you.
Introducing Billionaires Gulf City by Cedarwood, the very first of its kind in the beautiful city of Asaba. But before then, let's take you back in history.
Golf traces its roots back to 15th century Scotland, where it was played on natural terrain with basic clubs and balls. Over time, it evolved into its modern form with standardized rules and equipments and gained a global following.
The establishment of professional tournaments such as the Open Championship in 1860 and legendary players like Old Tom Morris and Harry Vardon elevated golf's status. In the early to mid 20th century, golf became popular among social elites, solidifying its place in society.
Modern golf has witnessed worldwide expansion, advancement in course design, technology and equipment, as well as notable players who have shaped the sport. The rise of televised events and global tours demonstrates golf's adaptability and enduring popularity in the world of sports.
It is what it is. Billionaires Gulf City by Cedarwood Estates, located in the city of Ibuzo, Asaba, Delta State.
P1 Plus has been able to revolutionize the way real estate is being seen and done in the city of Asaba. And let me tell you something, you don't need to break the bank to own a piece of land in Gulf City by Cedarwood. Alan, can you tell them the price?
Yes, this place is currently selling at a promo price of just 7.5 million naira. Documentation all inclusive.
Actual price is 12 million naira. Don't snooze, don't waste time. Come grab your plot right now because it's not much anymore in the market. People are already buying, and I don't want you to tell me that, oh bro, you don't tell me. But I tell you right now, come and grab your plot in Billionaire Gulf City by Cedarwood.
Subscribe to Billionaires Gulf City by Cedarwood today.
Hello everyone, my name is David, Programs and Broadcast Coordinator for Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio. Would you love to feature on any of the Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio program? Do well to reach out to us via the number right there on the screen, irrespective of who you are, what you are, where you are, and what you do. The Cedarwood Luxury Online platform is available and open to every one of you out there. So if you love to feature on any of our Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio programs, do well to reach out to us via the WhatsApp number right there on the screen, and boom, you'll be in the studio to speak with us.
Do well to reach out to us now.
This is Cedarwood Luxury Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
All right. Beautiful morning to you, Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome to a beautiful week. It's Monday. Today is a good day. It's a great day, and we're super excited for this very day. right, this is Nigeria's first real estate radio, Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio. My name is David, and this is Table Talk. You're very much welcome to the very first program for this beautiful week. Trust you had a wonderful weekend, and hope your day is going fine as planned. All right. Yes. Okay, so I just remembered. All right. Welcome Lagos, welcome Nigeria, welcome every one of you to Nigeria's first real estate radio, Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio. My name is David, and this is Table Talk, where we bring to you the latest the latest in news, in headlines, and all that. We do this every Monday morning at 10 a.m. All right. You can be part of the conversation via the comment section, either live on Facebook or YouTube, or via WhatsApp number. The numbers are right there on the screen. Today being the third Monday for the month of August, on Table Talk, we'll be looking into various stories, various foreign stories, all right? And yes, like I announced last month, Table Talk has now taken a new shape. It has been divided into various segments, all right? Every first Mondays of the month, we look into different stories making the rounds, stories concerning Nigeria and its environs. And then second Monday, we get to talk about, we get to have topical conversations on current affairs. Last Monday, we talked about the current state of the nation and the way forward. And then third Mondays, we decided, okay, yes, away from Nigerian news and all that, let's look into various stories. Let's talk about what is happening outside Nigeria, what is happening, yes, just foreign news generally. And today being the third Monday, we'll be having various, we'll be bringing to you an update of happenings, a few of them that we're able to, keep our eyes on, a few foreign stories this beautiful Monday. But as usual, we begin the show with a summary of what Nigerian newspapers are talking about. Yes, of course, this is it is something we'd always do, just bring you a summary of what Nigerian newspapers are talking about. All right, so let's quickly begin. The very first we have here says President Bola Tinubu will on Monday, which is today, travel to France for a brief work stay. Special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajuringale, disclosed this in a statement on Sunday. A former governor, which is the second one here, of Ogun State, Senator Ibukun Amosu, says a professor of political economic, Pat Utomi, was blacklisted by the Ogun State House of Assembly under the administration because of Utomi's alleged predilection for shoddy business deals. Number three, quickly, the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganjude, has denied any interest in running for the presidency in 2027. In a statement on Sunday, Ganduje's chief press secretary, Edwin Olofun, dismissed circulating posters suggesting that Ganjude would contest the 2027 presidency with Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma as his running mate. I actually came across such, and I came across another poster on social media, and that is why it is very good. It's not everything you come across on social media that you consume. You need to be very, very careful, make your findings, just ensure you're not spreading or receiving wrong information. I saw a poster of Peter Obi and I think Atiku or so, or something like that, for election 2027, and I'm like, is that really possible? Is this really true? All right, let's continue. Number four, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has accused those he tagged self-centered leaders of stunning the socio-economic and political growth of Nigeria. He spoke in Abeokuta, Ogun State, as special guest of honor at the Leadership Empowerment International Conference, where 25 distinguished Nigerians were conferred with honorary doctorate in leadership. Number number 5, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has vowed to end the queues for petroleum motor spirits, popularly called petrol, by Wednesday as the black market for PMS boomed. On Sunday, NNPC also declared that it did not owe international oil traders $6.8 billion as claimed in some quarters, a development which some industry watchers described as a major reason for the widespread PMS scarcity in Nigeria. Now, in a country called Nigeria that has natural resources, crude oil, and various refineries scattered across the nation. The giant of Africa, as of today, Monday, citizens of the giant of Africa, as of today, Monday, as early as 6 a.m., are queuing for fuel. Some workers got to work late because of the inability for them to get public transport to their various places of work. In a country that has crude oil and various refineries scattered across the nation, we are still suffering. Yes, we are still suffering, and we are suffering and still suffering fuel scarcity. Is something not wrong somewhere? What is really going on? When are we ever going to get it right? And when are we going to ever get things right in this nation called Nigeria? Especially when it comes to fuel supply and all that. You would see black markets selling right in front of a fuel station. Just like having POS operators operating right in front of the bank. If you have POS operators operating in front of the bank, is that not a message? Do you know what that means? Failure of the bank to. So if POS business will succeed even in front of banks, it's a sign of some sort of incompetence, or an intentional act. So if black market is selling right in front of fuel stations, that is a high level of incompetence and failure. Big one. Let's move on. The federal government has mandated all higher institutions in the country to regularly submit their matriculation list to the Federal Ministry of Education, not later than 3 months after matriculation ceremonies. The list, the government said, must be submitted through the dedicated channel of the Joint Administrations and Matriculation Board. Quickly, number 7, the suspect behind the June 25 dynamite explosion at the Rivers State-owned Hotel Presidential in Port Harcourt has been identified as 40-year-old Priye Josiah, with the police saying he will be prosecuted. In a statement on Sunday, the police said the suspect, whose one hand was chopped off during the explosion, had already undergone 3 different surgeries. Number 8, quickly, goods and property estimated to be worth multi-million naira have been destroyed as a midnight fire gutted some shops at the Mboka Obosi Old Motor Spare Parts Market in the Idimili North local government area of Anambra State. It was gathered that the inferno occurred at midnight on Saturday, mostly affecting 3 shops, including a provision store. And number 9, Katsina State Police Command says it foiled a kidnapping attempt on Magama Katsina Road on Saturday. It was learned that terrorists late Saturday, in their large numbers, armed with AK-47 rifles, blocked the road where they attacked a J5 motor vehicle, kidnapped 7 occupants,
and set it ablaze. Number 10 and the very last, there are indications that the race to succeed Inspector General of Police IGP Kayode Egbetokun has intensified as his retirement draws near. Egbetokun, appointed on June 9 last year, is due to bow out of service on September 4 when he will turn 60. And that's a summary of what Nigerian newspapers are talking about. And from here, we segue to the stories, foreign stories we've selected to talk about this morning. But before then, a quick headline review from Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera, breaking news, world news, and then all that. Al Jazeera is actually reporting some news this morning, and I'm just going to give you a rundown of, some stories currently making the head in Al Jazeera. All right, the very first one here says Gaza attacks expanded as Blinken warns of last chance to reach ceasefire. And the writers there have it, says Blinken meets with Netanyahu. Another one there says Democratic Convention prepares for protests over Gaza. The entire health, which is another one there, part of the rider, the entire health sector has collapsed in Gaza. Palestinian doctor. 2 dead after Israeli attack in Lebanon. Israeli forces injured 4 in Nablus, occupied West Bank ministry. Blinken knows a deal is unlikely if Netanyahu remains stubborn on non-negotiables. All right. Further headlines from Al Jazeera. Here, Blinken says current talks may be last chance to free captives from Gaza. Other headline here says a warning to everybody. Philippines reports new Mpox case. All right. Ukraine hits second bridge in Russia. Cooks says buffer zone is final goal. All right, that is pronounced Kush. I was trying to get it right. It was right in my head, and I knew I wasn't pronouncing it to a Kush. All right. Another headline here says Philippines and China say ships collided at New South China Sea flashpoint. Okay. The next headline I have here with me says, what to know about the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. China's XI holds talks with Vietnam's new leader in Beijing. Russia's Shiklavov volcano erupts after powerful 7.0 earthquake. All right, that's okay. More headlines here says Chechen leader drives gun-mounted Tesla truck, invites mocks to Russia. Kamala Harris leads Trump in polls on eve of Democratic National Convention. Bangladesh Janos promises support to Rohingya in first policy speech. Those are just a few headlines from Al Jazeera. We'll take our very first story this morning, very first foreign story. It says, I'm reading from Sky News, and this time around it says, we receive orders, we'll go. Ukraine mortar team firing into Russia and ready to join Kush invasion. Let's take a quick video concerning this very one. We'll return to give you a few details and segue into further other news we've selected to talk about from the foreign scene this morning.
Poised to attack Russia, the Ukrainian soldier bides his time. Russian drones are flying overhead, so it's too risky to strike right now. Suddenly, the mortar team mobilizes. Fire, shouts the commander. Then they attack again. And again. The soldiers launch 5 rounds in total, all across the border into Russia's Kursk region, barely half a mile away. Task complete. There's a dash to safety, as Russian drones will be trying to find this position.
We've now got to wait inside the shelter to see if there is incoming. If there is, we obviously should be safe here. If there isn't, then it'll be safe for us to leave.
As we sit, the soldiers check drone footage of their mission, aimed at helping fellow Ukrainian forces who are on the attack inside Russia. The first 2 mortar shells appear to hit close to a Russian position. You can see Russian soldiers running for cover. Then the other rounds come in. These troops have been defending this border position for months. But Ukraine's shock invasion of Russia almost 2 weeks ago has transformed their role.
We are working both day and night. I understand that this is to support our forces in Kursk.
And do you think your troops will push across this border into Russia? Or have you tried already? Have you tried to push into Russia yet?
If we receive orders, we'll go. We'll go wherever we are directed and carry out our duties.
The soldiers here were civilians before Russia invaded. Now battle-hardened, they largely stay underground because of the threat from above.
I hope this war will end soon. I imagine everyone is tired of it. There's nothing good about it.
But these troops do say Ukraine's offensive into Russia has given them a boost. And at some point, it might even see them following in behind. Deborah Haynes, Sky News, northeastern Ukraine.
All right. Okay, so from Ukraine back to Nigeria, one thing I'm able to, the very last words there, the very soldiers, the very young man there said, "You're tired of the war. It's becoming really tiring," and then he hopes it comes to an end soon. And yeah, there's nothing good in war. And I also hope it comes to an end soon, sooner than later. A big shout out to the journalists there. It reminds me of a movie I saw. Journalists going with military personnel to war fronts just to take record of those activities at the war front and all that. That's really a big risk. Well, let's move on quickly to our very next story this morning. I mentioned it in one of the headlines. It says, Ukraine war, last second Russian bridge destroyed in strike as UK refutes Zelensky's... let me open that as UK. Okay, Ukraine war latest second Russian bridge destroyed as Putin in a position he never dreamt in his worst nightmares. Ukraine has attacked a second strategic bridge in Russia, Kursk region, as an ex-UK foreign secretary says Kiev has put Vladimir Putin into a position he never dreamt in his worst nightmares. And yes, that is from Sky News. Okay. Moving on quickly, still on Sky News, Spain, this time around, manhunt under way after boy 11 stabbed to death while playing football with friends. The boy's uncle was reportedly one of the first on the scene, where it said the attacker may have entered through a hole in the fence. A police operation is underway to identify and catch a suspect. A killer is on the run after an 11-year-old boy was stabbed to death while playing football with friends, according to Spanish media reports. The child, named as Mateo by local media, was attacked by a hooded man, and a police operation is underway in the town of Mosejo, Toledo province, 50 kilometers southwest of Madrid. The attack happened at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning, with the boy's cousin telling reporters the family do not know who could be responsible for the murder. Speaking on behalf of his family to the media, Acel Sanchez said the boy was playing with two friends when the killer seemed to slip through a hole in a fence. Newspaper El Paris reported. The two friends managed to escape. Mateo did not. He added it happened to him as it could have happened to anyone who was there. El Pais reports Mateo's uncle ran from nearby paddle tennis courts when he heard what happened but could not save his nephew's life. Quite unfortunate incident over there. All right, let's quickly take our next story from the foreign scene this beautiful Monday morning. This very one here says, still on Sky News, Jews spacecraft to pass over Earth in world first flyby. Okay, let's I'll take a few lines from this very news. The European Space Agency Jews craft will return to Earth tonight, taking part in a world-first flyby. Flight controllers would guide the Jupiter icy moons explorer Jews with UK-made scientific instruments on board, past the moon and then Earth. The risky maneuver would take Jews on a shortcut to Jupiter via Venus using the moon's gravity, and then Earth as a neutral brake, slowing itself down and then shooting into the next phase of its journey. All right, on board are 10 scientific instruments which will navigate whether Jupiter's three moons, Callisto, Europa, and Ganymede, can support life in its oceans. Experts from the European Space Agency ESA admit the slightest mistake could take spacecraft off course and mean the end of the mission. From around 11:57 p.m. on Monday into the early hours of Tuesday, the agency says a double world first will take place with the lunar Earth flyby and double gravity assist maneuver. The move will change Juice's speed and direction to alter its course through space. Earth will bend Juice's trajectory through space, redirecting it on course for a flyby of Venus on August 2025. We quickly segue into our very next story here. And this time around, we are taking this from BBC News. Libya Central Bank halts operation after director kidnapped. Libya Central Bank has announced the suspension of all its operations after a senior employee was kidnapped in the capital, Tripoli. The bank denounced the abduction of its information technology director, Musab Salam, in a statement on Sunday. They said Mr. Salam was taken from his home by an unidentified party on Sunday morning, and that other employees have been threatened with kidnapping. The central bank says operations will not resume until Mr. Salam is released. The central bank, which is independent but owned by the Libyan state, is the only internationally recognized depository for Libyan oil revenues, a vital economic income for country torn of years between two rival governments in Tripoli and Benghazi. It comes a week after the central bank suffered a siege by armed men, according to AFP news agency. According to a local media cited by AFP, the armed men did so to force the resignation of the bank's governor, Sadiq Al-Kabar. In office since 2012, Mr. Al-Kabar has faced criticism over the management of oil resources and the state budget since the ousting and killing of Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. The country has suffered from chronic insecurity. The country has been divided by power struggles and currently has two governments, a UN-recognized one based in Tripoli and another in the country's east, backed by warlord General Khalifa Haftar. And on that note, we take our very next story this morning from the foreign scene, and this time around it's sports from BBC. Yes, African won tonight, say Adesanya and Du Plessis. Now, this very fight was talked about this morning on radio, and then I came across it and decided to also bring it to Table Talk this beautiful Monday morning. It says here that Israel Adesanya points to an encounter about 4 months ago, which can now sum up his rivalry with Dricos Du Plessis. Okay, I hope I pronounced that correctly. There was a South African guy in my taxi, and he said, you know, when you and Dricus fight, even if you win or he wins, I feel like I win, said Adesanya. And I said, exactly. And then we took a picture. It was a beautiful moment. The build-up to Nigeria-born New Zealander Adesanya's fight with South Africa's Du Plessis at UFC 305, the first all-African title built in UFC history, has been sought. We take our very next story, which is also on BBC, and this time around, a very interesting story that caught my attention. It says, I've been sleeping under a bridge in Lagos for 30 years. Oh, wow. Having lived for exactly half his life under a bridge in Nigeria's biggest city, Lagos, Lihau Sadu sees himself as the guardian for the many other homeless people who have joined him there. More than 60 men now live in the tightly knit outdoor community, with the busy and noisy Obalende Bridge over them, as renting even a shack was proved unaffordable for them. Mr. Saudu advises the newcomers, often young people from faraway towns and villages, on how to be streetwise in fast-paced Lagos, where it is easy to fall into crime and drugs. I am 60. There are young people who came here a few months ago or a few years ago. I see it as my responsibility to guide them, he tells the BBC. It is so easy to lose track here in Lagos, especially for young people, because there is no family to watch their steps. Like most of them who live under the bridge, he speaks Hausa, the most widely spoken language in the north of Nigeria. He arrived here from the small town of Zomi in northwestern Zamfara state in 1994, but all those he made friends with then have either died or have moved back to their hometowns or villages. Toko Gaba, who began living under the bridge 5 years ago, says Mr. Saadu's advice has been invaluable, and he commands huge respect from those. He commands huge respect from those who arrived to try their luck in Nigeria's economic hub. The 31-year-old hails down from the far northern state of Katsina, about 1,000 kilometers, 621 miles away. He is like elder brother, because he has been there, he has been here for so long. We do need words of wisdom from him because it is easy to get in trouble in Lagos, he says. Quite interesting story there. All right, to take our very last story from the foreign scene, right? This is better one, and yes, I'm reading from CNN this time around. It says, oil aircraft carrier, once part of mighty Soviet fleet, burns in Chinese lagoon. All right. A former Soviet aircraft carrier burned in a waterway near Shanghai over the weekend, the latest setback for the decommissioned warship since its conversion into a Chinese tourist attraction. The carrier Minsk, which has been anchored for the past 8 years in a lagoon near the Yangtze River in Natong, Jiangsu province, caught fire during renovations for it to become part of a military theme park, state-run China National Radio reported Saturday. The blaze broke out Friday afternoon and was extinguished about 24 hours later, the report said. Images on social media showed thick smoke and large flames burning on the deck of the carrier, with later pictures showing extensive damage to the ship's superstructure and charred metal on its flank below the main deck. There are no casualties, and the cause of the accident is under investigation, the report said, citing local fire officials. And yes, this is the point we call it today on Table Talk, the foreign story or foreign news episode. It has been a wonderful time bringing to you various stories from the foreign scenes. We look forward to doing this again, third Monday for the month of September. Do not forget, yes, the Table Talk program that comes away every morning at 10 a.m. has been divided into different segments. Every first Monday of the month, we bring you different stories making the rounds, different local stories. And then second Mondays of the month, we look into topical conversations on current affairs, locally and internationally. And then third Mondays, we look into different stories from the foreign scenes. And then fourth Monday, we'll have a debate. So next week, Monday, after bringing a summary of what Nigerian newspapers are talking about to you, would have a debate. Look forward to that very, very day. Look forward to that look forward to the next edition of the Table Talk right here on Nigeria's first real estate radio. I look forward to that very one. Hopefully our plans for that day would go well and would have a smooth ride that very Monday. Thank you very much, everyone. God bless you, and see you again at 1 p.m. where we'll bring to you latest stories in the real estate industry. Yes, the real estate market trend.
Nigeria's first real estate radio.
Hi, my name is David Ibiam. Come with me as I take you through a journey of all the goodies P1 Plus has to offer. My man. If you're meeting us for the first time, we are a multiple award-winning real estate company with a track record of excellence and great customer satisfaction. And here is a list of the estates and locations prices that we have.
A whopping sum of 3 million naira gets you a plot of land at Billionaire Colony by Cedarwood.
Billionaire Resort by Cedarwood is still selling at 12 million naira.
Billionaire Island by Cedarwood Phase 7 is still 7 million naira. Take advantage of this price before the price review.
Billionaire City by Cedarwood is currently 20 million naira per plot, and Billionaire Island by Cedarwood Phase 4 is 9 million naira per plot.
So you can get a slice of 464 square meter at Billionaire Resort by Cedarwood Phase 2 for as low as 7.5 million naira right now. up until August 6th, after which the price changes to 12 million naira. Thank you.
Billionaire Island by Cedarwood Phase 8 is still up and selling for 5.5 million naira.
Also selling is Lush Garden Phase 4 Extension Aba, going for 3.5 million naira. You can also get Cedarwood City Phase 2 Owerri, going for 5.5 million naira.
Investors, I am here again at Lush City by Cedarwood, here in the city of Aba, just 5 minutes off the Osisioma, popular Osisioma flyover. You can be this. Let me shock you now. This particular estate is just behind the Abia Polytechnic permanent site. If you are a wise investor, you will secure many plots here in Lush City because of the reason that when this school kicks off, students will look for a place to reside and lecturers will also look for apartments to stay. So this estate is also directly opposite Arab Construction Company at this Aba Owerri Express Road. You can be this. From here to Osisioma flyover is less than 5 minutes. So guys, what are you waiting for? This estate goes for just 4.5 million naira. This is a promo price, but I bet you'll be wowed because in a few weeks we are going to take this estate back to its main price, which is 6 million naira. Why not get a plot right now that is 4.5 million naira? As you can see, this is a wonderful, magnificent estate gatehouse. The property has been fenced right round already. It's 100% table dry land, and this buy and build. So as a wise investor, I will advise you rush and grab a plot right here at Lush City by Cedarwood immediately. Do you know why? Because the school is actually going to kick off very, very soon, and students are looking for places to reside. As a wise investor, secure a plot now that is still on promo. Just 4.5 million naira, a plot of 44 square meters is yours. The place is already fenced, and this is a gate house, and it has been plot demarcated. We give instant allocation immediately after your payment. So guys, so what are you waiting for? Hit me now, let's close this deal.